Hello dear students, welcome back to the NCERT science class of 7th standard. Dear students, in the previous class we have studied about the very first topic, that is respiration in the organisms, that we have studied, isn't it? In case of biology, that we have studied in the earlier class, in the first class, in the first previous classes. Now we are going to start the next topic, that is the transportation in the animals and plants. It is very interesting and important topic, isn't it? Next, dear students, here transportation means movement of material from one place to another place, that is we can say transportation. Yes, here the transportation is going on. The whatever the products are produced in the field, that we are transporting to the different different markets and all. Whatever the products are produced in the factories, that will transport it to the different markets, and next it will transport to the foreign also, isn't it? The transportation, it is going on by vehicle and all. Here in this topic, transportation in animals and plants. How the transportation is going on in the plants and animals? How it is possible? Yeah, the transportation in animals and plants is going on. See, dear students, what happens? Whatever we are taking the food, water and air from our surroundings, from outside into our body. Food, whatever food, water and air, that we are taking the three external material into our body, that is going on transporting. Whatever we are taking the food, the water and minerals and all, or air that we are taking, that has to transport to all parts of the body, even to the cellular level, isn't it? Whatever the nutrients or food, water and air in the form of oxygen, whatever we are taking into our body, that has to be reaches each and every cell of the body. If it is not reaches to a cell, then cell may die, isn't it? That's why we have to take the food for the survival. All living organisms, including plants, animals, even the microorganisms, all takes the food, water and air for their survival, and these water, food and air, that has to transport to the each and every parts of the body, that we will study in this topic, that is transportation of materials in animals and plants, isn't it? Here in case of animals, higher animals, in human being, the transportation, we have given a particular term, that is circulation, that is circulatory system. Circulatory system, we can say. Here circulation, during circulation, what happens? Circulatory material, that is blood. For the circulation, here transportation in case of human being, we are giving a technical term, that is circulation or the circulatory system. Here what happens? A liquid material is necessary to transport. Blood is transporting in our body. Here not only blood is enough for the transportation. See, it needs the three main important materials. The first one is blood, second one is blood, second one is blood vessel, the third one is heart. The three essential materials it needs for circulation of blood, for transportation in human being. It needs blood vessels through which blood is transporting, and a pumping organ, that is called as the heart, which is present in the chest cavity. Yes, first of all we have to study about the blood. Circulatory system means it is a system in which the liquid material like blood is getting transported to throughout the body and bring back the waste material, is called as a circulatory system. Next, we come to the blood, the main component of the circulatory system, blood. Blood is a liquid material which is transporting the essential materials to the different sides or the different parts of the body and bring back the waste material. Whatever the wastes are produced in the cell or in the parts of the body, that will bring back for the excretion, isn't it? The blood contains different components. Blood contains different components in the blood. Different components are there. The first one is red blood cells. Red blood cells. The second one is white blood cells. White blood cells. The next after this one, platelets. 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 Fourth one is plasma. See here, when we examine the blood, we will see the four components. Blood is a liquid material which transports the essential material from one part of the body to the another part, which contains the four main components. The first one is red blood cells. Shortly we are saying that RBC. White blood cells, we are saying that WBC. Next, platelets, plasma. The RBC, WBC, platelets, plasma. RBC, WBC, platelets, plasma. RBC, WBC, platelets and plasma. These are the four components of the blood. Yes. Next, we will study the main functions of the RBC. Red blood cells, which are red in color, due to the presence of a red colored pigment called as hemoglobin. That is the red colored pigment, that is hemoglobin. Hemoglobin. The red colored pigment present in the red blood cell, that is hemoglobin, which carries the oxygen, carrier of oxygen. Hemoglobin, we can say that carrier of oxygen, which carries the oxygen from the one part of the body or from heart to the different parts of the body. Yes. Next, come to the WBC. White blood cells, we can say. White blood cells, these are the colorless cells which are present in the blood, that gives the immunity power, or fight against the disease causing microorganisms. WBC helps in the controlling the immunity power, or it gives the resistance power against the diseases. Number of microorganisms or disease causing microorganisms enters through our food, water and air, that may destroy the body, that may affect the body. To kill these microorganisms or disease causing agents like microorganisms, to kill these microorganisms, it is going on by the white blood cells, that is WBC, isn't it? That gives a disease resistance power. We will become healthy. It is because of the more number of white blood cells. Next, come to the platelets. You might have experience whenever you are while playing, you may get any wound and all. You may get the wound due to any while playing. You may get a wound. What happens during wound? The blood will flow up first. After few minutes, the blood will clot. The blood will clot on that wound. Yes, it means why the blood clots? Blood is a liquid material, and here pumping organ is there. Heart is pumps continuously. The blood has to be removed out. Why the blood is not removed continuously? It is not removed. First blood will flow. Then after few minutes, the blood will clot there in the on the wound. Why? It is because of the special types of cells that is called as the platelets. Platelets are the special types of cells which clots the blood during the wound. When we are getting wound, the blood will flow first and it will clot there on the wound. It is because of the platelets. Yes. Next, come to the plasma. The fourth component of the blood is plasma. See, dear students, blood is a liquid in nature. And WBC, RBC, platelets, these are the cells. And whatever the plasma means liquid nature of the blood. And these are the cells. And these cells are embedded. This one is a plasma. Suppose this one is a plasma. Liquid nature of the blood is plasma. And WBC, RBC, platelets which are embedded in this plasma. That is, plasma is a liquid nature of the blood. Plasma is a liquid nature, and in this liquid nature, WBC, RBC, platelets are embedded or they are suspended. Isn't it? Understood? These are the components of the blood. In examination, he may ask, write a short note on the blood. Blood is a liquid material which helps in the transportation of essential material from the one part of the body to the another part and bring back the waste material from the different parts of the body. Next, if blood contains different components, the first one is red blood cells, that is called as the RBC, and white blood cells, that is called as the WBC. Third one is platelets and plasma. Red blood cells contains hemoglobin that gives that the hemoglobin is also called as the oxygen carrier, which carries the oxygen and transport to the different parts of the body. Then next, after this one, dear students, the white blood cells are the disease resistance power, that gives the disease resistance power to the body, which kills the microorganisms or the disease causing agents when it enters into the body or the cell. Next, platelets are the blood cells which helps in the clotting of blood. Then plasma, that is which makes the blood into the liquid nature. That plasma is a liquid nature in which all the blood cells gets suspended or embedded. Yes, about the blood it is. Next, dear students, these are the components of blood. Next, come to the second important component of the circulatory system. First one, blood. For circulation of blood, it needs blood. Second one, blood vessels through which blood is transporting. In our body, the blood is flowing through a special types of pipes. Pipeline system is there in our body. These pipeline system is called as the vessels. Pipeline system. That veins, arteries and capillaries, we can say. The blood vessels are there in our body. When we see, the blood vessels are appearing. Through these blood vessels, the blood is transporting to all parts of the body. It is not flowing throughout the body. That blood is flowing, transporting through a specific blood vessels or the pipes. Pipeline system in the body is called as the vessels. And these vessels, see, that blood vessels are necessary for the transportation of blood. Next, come to the blood vessels. They are of three types. Blood vessels are of three types. The first one is arteries, second one is veins, third one is capillaries. Arteries are those blood vessels which carries the blood from the heart. Which carries the blood from the heart to the different parts of the body. Isn't it? Arteries are those blood vessels. Arteries are those blood vessels which carries the oxygenated blood from the heart to the body. From the heart to the body. See here, Here for example, here heart is here. From heart it will transmit to the different parts of the body. Whatever the blood vessels which carries the blood from different parts of the body, from the heart to the different parts of the body, that blood vessels, the special types of blood vessels are called as the arteries. The blood vessels, special types of blood which carries the oxygenated blood or pure blood or blood from heart to the different parts of the body, are called as the arteries. The blood vessels which carries the blood from the body to the heart. See here what happens, dear students. Heart is present in the thoracic cavity in between the two lungs. Heart pumps the blood. The blood has to transport to the different parts of the body through a special types of blood vessel that is called as the artery. From the heart it will transport to the different parts of the body, that is called as the arteries, through the artery. And next the blood will reach to the each and every cells, and there it will get into the cells and all intercellular space, and from there the waste material is taken back to the heart. That it is going on by a special another type of blood vessels that is called as the veins. Blood is taken by the arteries from heart, then again it is taken back by the veins. Arteries carries the blood from the heart to the different parts of the body, and veins carries the blood from the body to the heart. Understood? Alternative process. Heart to the body by arteries. Body to the heart, it is by veins, isn't it? Next come to the capillaries. See what happens, dear students. Artery, suppose for example this one is the artery, here heart is here. Suppose here heart, from heart the blood is carried out by the arteries, then it will be branch 1 into 2, 2 into 4, 4 into 8, like that. Then yes, the blood vessels which carries the blood are called as the arteries. Blood vessels which carries the blood from the heart, this one is the heart, this one is the body part. The blood vessels are shown with the arrow mark. The blood vessels which carries the blood from the heart to the body, and the blood vessels which carries the blood from the body parts to the heart are called as the veins. Yes, these are the arteries. Artery brings the blood from the heart, and veins bring back the blood from the bodies to the heart. Yes, in between the arteries and veins, the arteries and veins are the large blood vessels. That blood vessels that will not reach to the each and every cell or in the cellular space. Cells are the very minute and microscopic that is present in the muscles and all, that has to be reached. Arteries and veins are the large blood vessels that will not reach to the cellular level, that has to be branched down into number of minute branches. That minute branches which is made by the special types of blood vessels or blood vessels, these minute blood vessels that is reaches to the each and every cellular level, these minute blood vessels, they are the common path between the arteries and veins, and that is oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. These minute blood vessels are called as the capillaries. That is capillaries. Minute blood vessels are called as the capillaries. Arteries carries oxygen rich blood. Veins carries carbon dioxide rich blood. But not all the arteries and veins. Most of the arteries carries the oxygenated blood from the heart to the body, and veins carries, most of the veins carries carbon dioxide rich blood from the body to the heart. Isn't it? These are about the blood vessels. The blood vessels are of three types. First one arteries, the second one is veins, the third one is capillaries. Arteries are those blood vessels which carries the oxygenated blood from the heart to the body, which is most of the arteries which carries the oxygen. Then veins are those blood vessels which carries the deoxygenated blood from the different parts of the body to the heart. And in between the arteries and veins, whatever the minute microscopic minute blood vessels which are connected in between the arteries and veins, and they are reaches to the each and every cellular level, these blood vessels are called as the capillaries, and they are the common path for oxygenated and deoxygenated blood. Isn't it? Next about the dear students, next come to the pulses. See here what happens, dear students. You might have saw the CID serials in the Sony TV. See what happens, dear students. CID cops, when they will find any body, that they will identify the pulses. Unconscious body or unconscious a body that will not shows any kinds of breathing and all. When we see an unconscious body, we will not identify either he or she are living or not. How we will identify? By holding at the neck region, just below the neck region here, that we are getting the, see here, especially here we are getting at the left side, just behind the ear, at the neck region we are getting the beats. We are getting the beats here and at the wrist. Just below the wrist here we are getting the beats. By holding these beats, we will identify the person is alive or not, isn't it? If he is in unconscious state. See here what happens, dear students. Whatever when blood is flowing through the blood vessels, when blood is flowing, the blood vessel, suppose the blood vessel is there, the blood is moving through these blood vessels. When heart is pumping, when heart pumps the blood will rush from the blood vessels. When heart pumps the blood will rush from the blood vessels. Due to which what happens? The blood exerts the pressure. Blood exerts the pressure on the inner wall of the blood vessels. When heart pumps the blood will move with a pressure. Due to this pressure, the blood exerts the pressure on the wall of the blood vessels. Due to which what happens? The blood vessels starts to show the beats or starts to show the vibrations. These vibrations are called as the pulses. The number of, see here, see what happens? The pulses are the beats, the pressure exerted by the blood during the circulation on the inner wall or on the wall of the blood vessel is called as the pulse. The next, the number of pulse per minute. See here, we can count that here by holding this one. Within 1 minute, in 1 minute, how many the beats we are seeing? You also have to calculate with the help of stopwatch. For 1 minute, how many pulses are there? See, we will calculate by holding at the wrist, below the wrist, we will identify how many beats are there. See, by counting this one, we can say that is called as the pulse rate. Pulse rate. The number of pulses per minute. The number of pulses per minute is called as the pulse rate. The number of pulses per minute is called as pulse rate. Understood? See, the number of pulses per minute is called as the pulse rate. Next, dear students, come to the next concept, that is heart. It is very important organ of the circulatory system. Here, heart is a muscular organ. Heart is a muscular organ which is present in the thoracic cavity or in the chest cavity, exact in the middle of the two lungs, and its posterior end bends towards the left side. See what happens, dear students. The heart is present in the thoracic cavity in between the two lungs, and its lower end is little deviated towards the left side, isn't it? The heart is a muscular organ present in the thoracic cavity and which shows a continuous beating. Heart shows a continuous beating. When the heart stops beat, then we can say that life gets collapsed, isn't it? See here, dear students, heart is a muscular organ which shows the contraction and relaxation continuously contraction and relaxation. While contraction and relaxation, it produces a sound, that is lup dup sound. It will produce contraction and relaxation, due to which and due to this beating we will measure the heartbeats with the help of a special device that is called as the stethoscope. Here we are having the stethoscope. With the help of stethoscope we will measure the heartbeat, isn't it? That heartbeat is measured with the help of a stethoscope. Next, dear students, the detail about the heart we will study in the next class. Okay, thank you.